863-883.
Welcome back. It's one of the most common disorders a person can have, and it's also one of the most painful.
And we're talking about kidney stones, and each year more than 500,000 people end up in the emergency room because of them.
Now, what are the symptoms leading up to this medical problem? Dr. Theodore Brisson, a urologist with East Cooper Medical Center, is here to fill us in. Good to see you, Theodore.
Hi,
nice to be here.
Thank you. Now, this is very important because we were just talking about the salt intake.
Correct.
This is huge. That is a contributing factor, correct?
It is a contributing factor. Most people think of calcium intake as being a problem with the kidney stones, but actually salt intake has much more of an effect on the kidneys and forming kidney stones than calcium does.
Now, I had heard before that this part of the country is known for heart attacks because there's a lot of things in the food. Is this something that comes from the food in the Southeast?
It's probably more has to do with your diet. You know, people in the old days used to talk about the water being hard or having, something in the water that caused kidney stones. In the South, there's much higher rate of kidney stones. It's probably a combination of diet, and then the hot weather causes people to sweat more. Your urine becomes more concentrated then. Concentrated urine is the key to forming kidney stones. You form small crystals that then become larger and ultimately form a kidney stone.
Now, I've heard, like you said, I've heard that it's more painful than giving birth. I've heard a lot of people say that. Why is that, and how big, and how do you get rid of these?
Yeah.
So kidney stones really don't cause pain when they're in the kidney. They only start causing pain when they drop out of the kidney into the ureter, which is a tube that drains to the bladder. And as it's working its way down, it acts like a dam. It blocks the flow of urine out of the kidney. The urine starts to swell up. The urine can become infected, but the swelling of the kidney is what causes the pain. So once you have a kidney stone that's blocking, then you have to have treatment. If it's just up in the kidney, sometimes you don't have to do anything. Once it's in the ureter, you have to unblock the kidney one way or the other. And you can either do that by breaking the kidney stone up with sound waves or by going up through the bladder with a small camera and breaking up the stone with a laser.
Now, what's the youngest patient you've seen with kidney stones?
You can see them as young as 4, 5, 6 years old.
Wow.
Oftentimes that's due to a congenital problem with the kidneys, but we're seeing calcium oxalate stones, which is the most common stone in the South and in the country in young kids now as well.
Now, keeping yourself hydrated all the time, is that one way to prevent getting kidney stones?
That is the best way to prevent kidney stones.
Okay.
If you're a kidney stone former, your urine should always be clear. It should never be yellow. And then even just living in the South, you have to be really, really conscious about keeping yourself hydrated.
And also, there's some ways, I know a lot of people say, ow, it's like a pain in my back, and they don't even realize it. So what are the symptoms if they don't know what they have?
So the first symptom is often pain in their back, and then as the kidney becomes more blocked, you can have nausea, vomiting, and the pain becomes quite severe. And so at that point, that's when you need to certainly seek medical care.
And we saw some pictures just there of the corridor against them. I mean, how big can these kidney stones get?
They can be anywhere from a couple millimeters in size up to, I've seen kidney stones as big as a golf ball.
Like
oh
that.
my gosh.
Goodness. And of course, they can be treated at East Cooper Medical Center as well.
That's absolutely right, correct.
Well, you can go online, of course, and you guys have a new building coming up?
That's right. Everyone's excited about that opening. I guess in about a year it'll be completely open.
That's right, and it's beautiful. And you can go online to eastcoopermedcenter.com or give them a call, 881-0100. They're located in Mount Pleasant. Well, great to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Stay hydrated.
Well, and that's what it's all about. And watch the sodium.
Yep.
We saw how many levels in the food, so
There
you
you
got to
go.
be careful.
Well, up next, an unforgettable evening of dancing and dining. Details